Welcome to the deep dive. Today we're jumping into something pretty significant, a shift that, honestly, everyone from marketing managers, uh, demand gen teams, right up to CMOs and company leaders really needs to get their heads around.
Yeah,
We're
definitely.
talking about AI agents and specifically how they're increasingly involved in the B2B buying
It's
process.
a big one.
It really is. It's not just about understanding your human buyer anymore, is it? You now have to factor in their AI assistants too.
Exactly. And that's our mission today, right? To really unpack this evolution, we want to give you, our listeners, some concrete insights, some actionable steps you can actually use to, well, not just cope, but maybe even capitalize on this change.
Right.
We've got some great resources to draw on that you shared. Impulse Creative's 2025 AI Operating Agreement, some info on their upcoming Clear Framework webinar, that interesting article on Reddit and
Oh,
forums.
yeah, the visibility piece.
And various blog posts looking at GTM strategy and, how AI is impacting all of it.
So the bottom line is AI agents are kind of joining the buying committee. Is that the right way to think about it?
Yeah, I think so. Not like, conscious beings deciding things, but sophisticated software tools. Buyers are using them to automate research, basically.
Okay, so that means our online presence, it needs to be clear, obviously compelling, but also, and this is the new part, optimized so these AI assistants can understand it alongside the humans.
That's the crux of it.
Let's dig into that new buyer then, the AI agent. What do we need to know?
Well, like the info around Impulse Creative's Clear Framework webinar points out, this AI agent persona is becoming a real influencer. Buyers are definitely leaning on these tools for deep research on solutions.
Because they can process information so much faster.
Way faster. They can sift through huge amounts of data, specs, reviews, stuff that would take a human ages.
It's like a supercharged research assistant working for the buyer. Okay, so for businesses listening, marketing managers, lead, what does that mean practically? What kind of info do these AIs actually prioritize? What makes them recommend one solution over another?
Yeah, that's a key question, isn't it? And it seems like they really value structured data. Think detailed product specs, customer reviews that mention specific features or results, case studies, especially ones with clear, quantifiable outcomes, publicly available stuff.
So less of the vague marketing speak.
Probably less effective, yeah. They seem to prefer clear, factual information that an AI can easily parse and, understand logically.
This must have a huge knock-on effect for GTM strategy. Our traditional ways of just trying to attract human visitors.
Mm.
Maybe that's not enough anymore.
It's looking that way. The Clear Framework materials, that Human First AI article, they both really stress that focusing only on human visitors is becoming insufficient.
And that decline in organic search we're hearing about.
Exactly. Both the Clear Framework info and the RevOps agency overview touch on this. It's not just Google tweaking algorithms again. It seems to be a symptom of this bigger shift. Buyers are starting their research differently, often using AI right at the beginning.
So it's deeper than just fewer clicks from Google. It's about how potential customers are even finding and evaluating options in the first place. That's got to be keeping CMOs up at night.
I think so. Generative AI is really reshaping the whole B2B journey, from that first moment of awareness right through to the final decision. The Clear Framework and RevOps agency sources really hammer this home.
Which means GTM strategy can't just be a static plan anymore.
Absolutely not. It needs to be dynamic, iterative. That's a point made in Let's Get Real About Your GTM and Human First AI, too. As a marketing leader, your strategy has to constantly adapt because the AI tools buyers are using are getting smarter and more common all the time.
Okay, let's get practical. For the marketing managers, the demand gen folks, the CMOs, the company leaders tuning in, what are the absolute must-focus areas right now to deal with this AI-driven landscape?
Okay, several key things jump out. First up, content architecture. The Human First AI piece makes a great point about how hiding all your valuable content behind forms, that's becoming less effective.
Because the AI can't get to it.
Precisely. We need to move towards website content that gives real value and is easy for both humans and these AI agents to access. Think about foundational information, what you do, who you help, the core specs that probably needs to be readily available, not gated.
Makes total sense. If the AI can't figure out the basics, you won't even make the shortlist. So what about SEO then? This must change things for demand gen teams focused on search.
Yeah, Human First AI suggests broadening that focus. It's not just about optimizing for human searches on Google anymore. We also have to think about how AI discovers and interprets information across, well, all sorts of platforms.
Like ChatGPT.
Yeah.
People using that as a starting point.
Increasingly, yes. So your presence there, or at least the presence of accurate, comprehensive info about you that these tools can find, that becomes really important.
And it's not just about the content we push out ourselves, right?
Yeah.
I was struck by that piece on Reddit and forums showing up more in Google. That points to community and user-generated content being more powerful.
Oh, absolutely. The How Reddit's Boom article really nails this. That surge in logged out Reddit users, Google explicitly featuring discussions and forums. It just highlights how much credibility people and likely their AI agents too place on authentic peer-to-peer conversations.
So for marketing managers, maybe building your own community, that could be a really smart strategic move.
Definitely. Both the Reddit article and Let's Get Real About Your GTM suggest this. Having your own community gives you direct feedback, boosts that valuable user-generated content, and builds loyalty.
And there are tools for that.
Yeah, cohortion was mentioned in the Reddit piece as one way to build these branded communities. They can become go-to resources, for human buyers looking for real talk and for AI agents looking for that real-world validation.
Okay, another area that feels like it's shifting gears is RevOps. It's not just about keeping the engine running smoothly anymore. CMOs need to see this bigger picture.
Yeah, let's get real about your GTM, and the RevOps agency piece are clear on this. RevOps is becoming a strategic growth engine. Especially now with AI in the mix, RevOps has to be right there in the GTM strategy discussions, making sure the processes, the tech, the data, it all connects seamlessly to drive growth efficiently. They're kind of the architects of making it all work together.
And at the heart of it all, what's the messaging that company leaders should be driving? What actually cuts through in this environment?
It really boils down to clearly articulating value and outcomes. That comes through in Let's Get Real About Your GTM and Human First AI. Your message needs to be super clear about the tangible results, the ROI customers can actually expect.
Because that resonates with both humans and AI.
Seems like it. Humans want to know the benefits, obviously,
Yeah.
and AI agents seem geared towards evaluating based on logical outcomes and, data points. Clear, results-focused language works for both.
So really, it all comes back to being customer obsessed.
Always. Let's get real about your GTM. Human First AI. They both reinforce it. A customer-first approach isn't just nice to have, it's non-negotiable. All your GTM efforts, especially as AI gets more involved, have to start and end with understanding and meeting customer needs.
Okay, now for listeners thinking, this is huge, how do I actually do this? I know Impulse Creative has been putting a lot of thought into the practical side of AI.
They have. Their 2025 AI operating agreement is interesting. It shows a real commitment to using generative AI responsibly, ethically, within their services. They talk about AI-assisted and AI-generated delivery, but always with a focus on client value and keeping humans in the loop for oversight. It's a proactive way to use AI to actually benefit clients.
And for those marketing managers, demand gen pros, CMOs, leaders who want to go deeper, maybe get a practical framework to apply.
Impulse Creative is running a webinar that sounds spot on. It's called The Clear Framework to Win Over the AI-Assisted Buyer. It's happening June 4th, 10:30 a.m. Eastern.
Okay.
And it's specifically designed to help you figure out, how to assess your digital presence from an AI's perspective, how to build confidence reaching these agents, establish authority so AI finds you credible, and crucially, develop actionable strategies you can actually use right away.
That sounds incredibly relevant. And wasn't there something special for early birds?
Yes. The first 100 people who register get a free diagnostic report based on that clear framework. It gives you personalized insights into how AI agents might be seeing your digital footprint right now, a real head start on figuring out where to improve.
Wow, that's genuinely valuable. So if you're listening and you're recognizing how big this shift is and maybe feeling like you need some tailored help to figure out how AI impacts your specific marketing, your GTM,
Then, reaching out to Impulse Creative directly makes a lot of sense. Their team can help make sense of it all, provide tailored insights, and work with you on specific strategies so your message hits home with both your human buyers and their AI assistants.
right. So let's wrap this up. The big takeaway here is AI agents are part of the B2B buying process. It's not sci-fi, it's happening now, and it's picking up speed.
Uh-huh.
For marketing managers, demand gen teams, CMOs, company leaders, adapting your strategies isn't really optional anymore, is it?
That's up.
It's becoming essential just to stay visible, let alone competitive.
Which brings us to the final thought, the question for you, our listener. Are you genuinely ready for a buying committee that includes AI? And maybe more importantly, what specific steps are you going to take, starting now, to make sure your message actually connects with both humans and the machines they're using?
We really encourage you, sign up for that Clear Framework webinar or get in touch with Impulse Creative. Take that deeper dive. Get the guidance you need for this really critical evolution in the market. It's definitely time to get proactive about the age of the AI-assisted buyer.